Hi, my name is Michelle Bernard. Depression is a main factor that leads to suicide. Depression is a very common and serious illness across the United States today. Although many people do not want to admit they have an illness, it is necessary for them to seek treatment and get better. Occasionally, we all feel blue or sad, but these feelings usually go away within the next few days. When someone has a depression disorder, it interferes with your daily life. My fiance recently went through a very tough time in his life and refused to admit he needed help. The depression took over his life and changed him into a completely different person. The man that was once a hard worker and loved his job and was everything to him now found himself never even wanting to get out of bed. All he thought about was death, not a way to live your life. His changes and decisions drastically affected me and his children. So not only does it affect yourself, it affects the people around you as well. All I kept thinking was it's going to get better, but it didn't. After a very rocky road, he finally decided to go see a psychologist and get help. After opening up to her, it made him realize it is okay to get help and there is nothing to be ashamed of. He was put on an anxiety medicine and an antidepressant to help slow down his thinking and allow him to get control of his life. Studies show that 50% of the general public have considered suicide as the only solution to their problems. The deeper despair and the hopelessness that goes with depression can oftentimes make suicide feel like the only way out. 90% of people who kill themselves have depression or other diagnosable mental or substance abuse disorders. It's important that we all understand the cause and effects of depression so that we can help prevent the result of suicide. There are many causes of depression, as research shows that alterations in the neurotransmitters such as serotonin are associated with the risk of suicide. Many adverse life events with a combination of depression result in suicide. Trauma, relationship troubles, loss of a loved one, stress, alcohol, and many medical illnesses. Change in general can cause depression. In our society today, the divorce rate is so high that many men find themselves without their children. 4 times as many men over women die by suicide. Most men deal with depression by turning to alcohol or substance to depress the pain. Suicide is also the third leading cause of death among 15 to 25-year-olds due to depression. Depression can co-occur with anxiety, eating disorders, and substance abuse. Depression is such a major disorder that it can ruin and affect your life drastically. Not only does it affect you, it affects your loved ones as well. Depression is known to destroy families as well as work dynamics between patients and others. 2/3 of people with depression do not even realize that they have a treatable illness and do not seek treatment. Without seeking treatment can cause medical issues and are likely to develop type 2 diabetes or cardiovascular disease. Studies have shown that suicide prevention programs will succeed with a broader focus on identification and treating mental illnesses such as depression. The current economic cost of depression in the United States is an estimated $30 to $44 billion a year. Antidepressants work to normalize your brain chemicals to function normally. These chemicals help regulate your mood and thinking process. There are other ways you can prevent depression. Physical exercise releases chemicals that help counter the effects of stress and depression. Socializing, which is part of our daily lives, is very therapeutic for our brain and can keep you from dwelling on negative thoughts. Staying busy will also help keep your mind off of negative things. In conclusion, our society is facing a very drastic incline in depression. It is very important to persuade friends and family to get help if needed. Our country needs to work together and be more open about warning signs of depression so that it can be prevented. And you should always remember that it is a good thing. Always remember the good thing is that it's curable and that you are not alone.